Hello everybody, it's Jeff Holiday here, and I'm actually doing a guest video for somebody else's channel. He wanted me to go ahead and put it up on mine as well, and his name is Bill. He runs something called Ask a Male blog, where anybody who's curious about something that might have to do with men or men's behavior can send him a question, and he, or somebody else who is an absolutely 100% certified male, will answer the question as truthfully and hopefully as maturely as possible. And a little bit of a disclaimer, this video is probably going to be a little ridiculous and probably a tiny bit offensive, so you have been warned. So now, it's Jeff Holiday's Ask a Male! So when my good friend Bill asked me to do one of these, to tackle one of the questions that was sent to him, I had a choice. I could choose, why is my boyfriend feeling so threatened about my gay best friend? Or I could choose, why are men obsessed with anal sex? And I kind of figured, knowing my personality, my method of dealing with things in a highly respectable and mature level, I should really just choose the anal sex one because, I could bring a type of class. So, for that purpose, since we're going to be talking about doing it in a little pooper, I have a beer because I hear anything that has to do with anal is usually easier if you've had a drink in you. As well, I would like to raise this glass in cheers to the over 250 people so far that have subscribed to my channel. Thank you all very much. Thank you for the support. It's incredible. I just do this to be ridiculous, and apparently some of you like what I do. So, cheers. So, anal sex. So why are men obsessed with anal sex? Well, my first response to that is we are. I mean, I suppose in some ways some actually might be obsessed with anal sex. Especially if they happen to be two gay men, I would stand to reason that they might be more interested in anal sex than heterosexual men. Maybe. I don't really want to put too many generalizations on things like that, but that's kind of what this is supposed to be. A way for somebody to generalize and try and explain how pretty much kind of the majority of men think and how they feel about certain things. So, in preparation for tackling this question, I started reading a bunch of articles, and one of my favorite that I read was from psychologytoday.com. I'll put the link in the down there right there. And this article was titled Backdoor Psychology. And according to psychologytoday.com, going up the Gary glitter has a lot of reasons, both contextual and cultural, and it really just kind of depends on who we're talking about. But a few generalizations which they made, and one of which I don't really seem to quite share, is that when a woman is receptive to having her trenches stormed, as it were, a lot of times that is a signal of attractiveness that a woman is willing to engage in sexual pleasure without the necessary addition of wanting to do it for procreation. Now, is that really a viable reason why a guy would be obsessed with ferreting out the sheriff's badge? I don't necessarily think so.
Ferreting out the sheriff's badge.
Yet at the same time, while I don't necessarily agree with this whole sentiment, there is enough research in specific studies that were done that a woman who's not necessarily opposed to uphill gardening actually enjoys her sex life more often. It's not really that she finds the old ring sting pleasurable per se, it's more that she enjoys her sex life in an open and honest way so she can kind of enjoy and accept different types of sexuality. Maybe. But mentioned also in the article is the one that I mostly tend to agree with myself. You see, in this day and age, anal sex is seen as something a little bit taboo. It's more accepted, but it's still kind of taboo. It's not necessarily something that's completely done widespread. And we could probably thank pornography and how pervasive pornography is in affecting our culture and how we view sexuality and what we're comfortable with as to why this is becoming more of a conversation that people are actually having in polite company. Moreover, I would warrant that the main reason why anal sex is seen as something that is highly sought after is that there's now kind of an exchange going on between couples who are very intimate and possibly open to alternative sexual practices. For instance, say we've been in a relationship for a while, and you've been doing some really nice things for me, being really supportive, not really needing me to ask you to do some extra things, you're helping out here and there, and overall you're just more receptive. Well, I'm gonna do something nice to you. Maybe I'll let you send the dachshund down the badger hole. And in that way, anal sex can be seen as kind of an exchange, a way of showing appreciation. This is taboo, and we don't do it just for any old thing, but on a special occasion, it can be a reward. Now, these are all kind of altruistic ideas. There are also the darker side, because as we know, not all men are nice. In fact, there's a lot of men who are complete douchebags. So, for that reason, it's not out of the realm of possibility that a man might see getting to have anal sex with a woman as a way of claiming or marking her in some sort of outdated psychology of a wolf trying to piss on something that belongs to him. It might be done for the sake of maybe dominance, whether that's a consensual thing or a sadly non consensual thing. There are many, many different types of ways that this can actually be addressed. So, when we're really talking about why are men obsessed with anal sex, we really have to think it's contextually dependent on the guy. And what is the guy really trying to achieve on top of just riding the choo-choo train to Bumhaven? So in closing, I think it's more important that when you start thinking about men and anal sex and what they're trying to achieve and get out of a heterosexual anal sex experience, it's more of a don't let a man put his penis in your bum unless you really, really like him. And you have lube. And he's really patient. Or he's not, like, so there you have it. That is my submission for Ask a Male. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully I wasn't too terribly offensive. Stay tuned to my channel. I've got a bunch more awesome stuff coming soon. And hey, thanks again, all those subscribers. You're beautiful. You guys, you're awesome. Thank you. Bye.
Hey, this is Jeff's kid. If you like his videos, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see more videos like it, and share with your friends.
When a woman is receptive to storming her... Stop laughing.